guys, Stacey Tushel here, and we are back with Jennifer from Delicately Delicious, and we are in her bakery here. She welcomed us in today in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
So fun.
And we kind of just were chatting a little bit before, and you had brought up an email list. So let's kind of talk about that. Do you have an email list for the bakery?
No. And I feel like it just occurred to me, and I even redid my website this year, and it didn't even cross my mind to include that.
And maybe it's just because, what is your main source of marketing? Like, how do people hear about you, know about you, buy from you?
Our biggest source of marketing is word of mouth.
Okay.
I mean, by far. So like I spend a lot of my time trying to keep our product consistent, our customer service really well, because I tell all of the girls, I'm like, the best thing that we can do every day is do a good job.
So how do you stay, and I completely see your train of thought of email is not even a focus for you because you're thinking, no, we've just got to continue to do a great job that way. My question is, what about the customers that then are buying? How do you stay top of mind for them and remind them to buy again for that next holiday or next birthday?
Right. And I think that's a place where I've talked myself into the idea that people need us when they need us.
Okay.
And that they don't need me to remind them.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell somebody like, oh, I should make your wedding cake unless they're getting married.
Yeah.
Or like unless it's their birthday. Or maybe they are my customer already and they get all their birthday cakes from me and then it's their parents' 50th anniversary.
Right.
So I always feel like if I'm like in their face that it's going to be annoying.
Okay.
Like that I'm going to annoy them or that they're going to be like, yeah, we'll call you when we need you. You know, because that's
like
just
you
the
don't
nature.
want to be too much on them. Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of the nature of what the business is.
Right. So instead of reminding them, hey, it's time for, or not even reminding them, maybe I don't think to bring a gorgeous cake to Thanksgiving because in my family, we've never done it before. Right. But all of a sudden you show a gorgeous cake that I could bring on Thanksgiving. And I think, oh, this is something fun and different. We've never done this before. How exciting. Mm-hmm. So it's all about perception, right? So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to be in their face versus, but what if you could really help? Like if I asked you right now, what's something cool I could bring for Thanksgiving? I bet you have ideas. Mm-hmm. So now it becomes helpful, right? Yeah. So I want you to go in on an angle like that. And I also want you to think, what are some helpful, right? How can we help them remember, okay, your birthday's coming up or your daughter's birthday's coming up. Let's get that cake ordered in a timely fashion so you're not, forgetting last minute. What are some great prompts? So to build that email list, and somebody like you could be building it up with their birthday, an opt-in.
Or anniversary.
Yes, like important dates and reminders and all of that. When people do a typical opt-in page where they give us their name and their email, sometimes people assume that's all we should collect. But in somebody's situation like yours, you could absolutely be collecting that birth date or special time of year where they're going to be reordering. Maybe somebody always hosts a Valentine's party. Great. Let's make sure that they get on that list for Valentine's Day and things like that.
Yeah. That's
huge.
So good. Our whole thing, like when somebody comes in here or when somebody leaves me a review and they're like, we've gotten 12 years of birthday cakes from you, or 10 years, or we always get our birthday cake from you. That I always thank them, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's like the joy of our job is that interaction and being able to be part of people's special things. Yeah. And so I think for me to maybe not involve myself, like again, I'm feeling like, but in order for me to like reiterate that to them and like how like we love making your cake every year, like it's the highlight of like what we do that we get to do this. So then if I can put that into the email, then I think too it's a chance to like build my relationship instead of feel like I'm selling something because they already have bought my product and hopefully they are already coming back kind of, but then I'm letting them know how important they are to me and how much I enjoy that and how much I enjoy watching their families grow.
And I think maybe your hesitation with the email list, and I can hear it in the way that you're talking, is maybe just really making sure that as you're sending out those emails, come from the place of how could I be of service? What would be something valuable and helpful, right? Versus, I know you're not a salesy person, which is why you're hesitant, but they don't have to be salesy. They can strictly be, Valentine's is coming up, some maybe helpful, fun tips to do for school, just something that would make them be like, wow, this is so nice and helpful and so valuable that they want to stay on your email list. So when you occasionally bring up the Thanksgiving cake or whatever it is you're going to do, they're not thinking it's that pushy feeling because you've never been that way.
Right.
Makes sense?
Right.
Yeah.
I think I didn't need the list because I was on Facebook. And
yes.
I mean, I am on Facebook. Yeah. And I kind of feel like, well, those people opted in.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you basically, you feel like maybe that social media platform has now replaced the sense of an email list.
yes.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's not something, it's like either or, it's now just another security like basket, right?
Right.
Don't put your eggs all in one basket. And by putting it in one platform, that who knows what could happen. You know, I remember the day that Instagram just completely shut down. It's happened several times, shuts down for the day. And people are like, oh, great, this is my number one source of leads. And it's not happening today. You could email or text or do something else. So really making sure that an email list is, again, not our main focus. It's one of the focuses that we need to do to grow our list, to grow that pool of potential leads and buyers.
I think another reason that I haven't done the email list or that I've held back on some of that is because I am working 90% in the business. I think like I don't want more business.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I do want more business,
Right.
but there's been times where where I've had like an awesome staff and everything's going awesome, and then all of a sudden, like last year we had somebody leave on maternity leave and she's not coming back, and it's
Yeah.
not like she quit and she hates it. She just
Right.
made a different life decision, but I think I'm always afraid then that I'm gonna get stuck with that, and I have enough business for me.
Right.
That doesn't really help me grow my business.
Right.
But that is in the back of my mind. Like if I put this out there, then
Right.
I'm going to have to be responsible. And can I be more responsible right now?
Yeah.
Like, can I take on more?
Mm-hmm. And that's definitely one of the reasons we kind of dove in before about talking about stopping, not just being the technician, but really stepping into CEO. Or then all of a sudden you start to self-sabotage other areas like the marketing because you're thinking, I can't possibly do this all myself.
Right.
So email lists are definitely important. Email is not dead. It is maybe declining in certain ways, but there are still so many things that come through email that could still be happening. So I think it should be something the bakery focuses on, and send out some amazing reminders and amazing opportunities for them to be educated on other things that they could be doing with their family and making those special memories and moments.
And I love what you just said about being of service. That makes me feel me feel already like, yeah, this is good. Like I'm getting excited about thinking about the things that I could put out there versus feeling like, do people really want to hear like what our menu is?
Completely.
So
Not just, this is for sale today, promotion. No.
Right.
Be of service.
Right.
So I'm going to challenge you guys at home, just like I'm challenging Jennifer. I want you to think, what is something you can do in your email this week that you can be sending out something that is in service to them, that is they're really going to find valuable, something that they're going to be able to do or take action on, or just feel educated and feel valued by you being on your email list. So Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks.